Hi, this tutorial aim is to get you started with Ableton Live 10, so you can start making your own music and have fun after only 15 minutes. Make sure to press pause to recreate the examples shown in this video. Okay, let's go. Obviously, you will need the software. Please visit Ableton's website to download and install the free trial. It's a fully functional demo, just saving and exporting are disabled until you get a full license. Okay, first thing to learn is how to make a new Ableton file, which is called a live set. Notice that when you go to the menu bar, you can see a keyboard shortcut for most actions. The default live set in Live 10 looks like this. Let's make it simple by hiding some interface elements. And keeping only one of these columns, which are called a track. You can use these buttons in the corners of Live interface to show or hide the library, help view, and detail view. In the top corner right, you can see these icons. They represent the different views of Live. The session view is great for improvisation and playing live. The arrangement view is better for editing audio and arranging sounds, and finishing a track also. To go to the arrangement view, you can click its icon. Let's hide some interface elements to make it cleaner. You can click the metronome to hear the tempo speed. Press the stop button twice to reset the playback from the start. Ableton tempo can go from 20 BPM to 999 BPM, which is quite fast. If you don't have any audio file in your computer, you can just go on my website and download one of the music. They are all for free, so just download them, or you can even give me a small tip. From your file manager, you can simply drag and drop the other file. You can see Ableton Live is creating a waveform. By dragging the top part of the clip, you can move it around. Click the bottom part of the clip to place a marker or select a part of it. To zoom in and out, you can drag up or down into this area highlighted in red. You may also select a clip and touch Z to automatically zoom to its length. You may want to deactivate the follow playback button to keep the view on the same area. Place your mouse at the bottom of the clip and right-click to split it. You can delete or move around the new parts. Drag the loop bar from arrangement view and place it on the part you want to loop. You can also select the clip or area you want to loop and right-click Loop Selection or use the shortcut to loop it. Keeping the part you are working on looping makes it faster and easier to try new ideas. To add a new audio track, simply right-click in the empty column on the right, highlighted in blue, and choose Insert Audio Track. You may also want to use the shortcut, which is Command T. If you need more sounds, you can go to Ableton website, to the Packs page, and select some that interest you. Alternatively, you can download and install them right from the browser, choose the library, and go to the Packs tab Scroll to the bottom and you will see all available packs. After you have installed a pack, it will open the lesson view on the right. You can just close it if you want after you read it. If you need to open it again, just right-click on the pack and select Show Default Lesson. Okay, let's browse into this pack to the Samples one-shot folder. Turn Audio Preview on to pre-listen the sounds. And you can drag and drop these audio files to your newly created audio tracks. Let's build a pattern from these samples. You can copy and paste to place them on the time grid. Alternatively, you can also hold the Option key and just drag them, which will duplicate. Now we have a pattern which sounds cool. Let's copy and paste it as a wall to augment its length. We can now move the loop bar from another area where we will create a new pattern. Okay, now we have two different patterns. Nice. Okay, this is cool, but there is a faster and more flexible way to achieve the same result. Let's add a MIDI track and drag and drop the drum rack instrument from the library. You can drag and drop your previous samples to the empty slots of the drum rack. Or from the library. Each pad will play its sound when it is triggered. So MIDI is just the name of the music computer code that is basically just information. So you can look it up on Wikipedia if you want to learn more about it. You can have MIDI tracks, MIDI clips, MIDI notes, MIDI effects, and so on. I made another tutorial explaining the differences between audio and MIDI tracks if you want to have a look. Okay, so you can get rid of the audio tracks so we can focus on the MIDI track. Create a MIDI clip by highlighting an area and select Insert MIDI clip from the right-click menu. We need to input some MIDI notes inside the step sequencer, which is also called a piano roll. It's a good practice to name all clips, so you know what is what when you come back to your project after a long break. Okay, you can select the MIDI clip and double-click on a row in the detail view at the bottom to add a MIDI note. Whenever the playback will go through this MIDI note, it will play the associated sample. See how fast it is to create a new pattern. You can duplicate this clip and create a variation of this pattern. Use the Draw tool to even more easily input MIDI notes. Right-click inside the step sequencer to change the number of steps, for example 16 or 8 steps. We now have 4 different clips with each a different pattern. Let's go back to session view by cutting and pasting them. Or you can always drag and drop. Notice that in session view, when the master play button starts playback, you won't hear anything until you start one of the clips in session view. Notice also that the clips will not start or stop as soon as you hit the play or stop button, but they will wait for the correct playback position. This is called quantization, and it's one of the most important features of Live. You can change quantization settings. In this new live set, I've added a drum rack with 3 sounds, the new wavetable synth that will be used as a bass, and the Pokey intro as an audio loop. Use the play button of the master track on the far right to launch all clips on the same scenes at once. The power of the session view lies in its non-linearity. You can trigger and stop clips in any order you want, whereas in the arrangement view it must follow the one-directional playback. You may rename and color scenes to make them more evident, for example here with the break. To add audio effects, simply drag and drop them from the library. Here is the new pedal effect that adds some distortion to our bass line. If the volume gets too important, simply adjust it with the mixer. Drum bus is an amazing audio effect to shape the sounds of drums. But if your master volume gets red, you want to avoid it, and you can drag and drop another audio effect called the limiter. Here we use the glue compressor gentle limiter preset. You can swap between presets by using the hot swap button. Or drag and drop over it. Now we can have a little bit of fun with this live set. One last tip, the help view will give you a short explanation of any elements you place your mouse cursor over. If you need more detailed explanations, you can quickly consult the Ableton Live 10 user manual from the menu bar. Alright, I hope this tutorial helps you getting started with Live. Because there are many different ways to use Live, I will create more tutorials in the future. For example, how to record, warp and mix audio, how to DJ with Ableton and more. You can visit the page steolopanda.com/dojo8 to view more tutorials and download resources.